TV.
Hi guys.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Good to see everybody. Hope your weekend is going well. Tracy and I wanted to talk a little bit today about top 10 mistakes that couples make.
So we want to talk about the top 10 mistakes couples make.
Yes.
And we have made all, if not most, if not all of them.
We've made our share. Absolutely we have. Yeah. So let's get into it.
Go ahead.
All right, number one, you focus more on what's wrong than what's right.
What?
Who knows about this? Anybody know about this? So when you always kind of jumping on that one thing that your spouse does, you always doing so-and-so.
Why I got to do everything?
You are, every time so-and-so, here come you with that.
Oops.
You want to focus on what's right, people. Focus on the good stuff. Focus on the things that you love about that person, right?
Yeah, the key there is focus. What are you focusing on?
Right.
Are you focusing on what's wrong? Or are you focusing on what's right? Because trust me, there's something right going on.
Absolutely.
You're with this person for a reason. Don't forget it. Don't forget it.
Which dovetails perfectly into number 2, which said that you'd rather be right
than in love. I'd rather be right than show how much I love you.
I was right.
See, I was right, you was wrong.
Told you. See, knew I was right. So now, what is that doing for your relationship?
Nothing. It's killing it.
What is that doing to show love and affection toward the person?
Tearing it apart.
Right.
It's slowly dying. Every time you want to figure out you're right and they're wrong, you are killing your love.
Don't
you
do
are
that.
killing your relationship. Walk away.
It's selfish.
It's so selfish. It is so selfish. Being right is nothing. So what? Okay, I'm guilty of this. I have to be right all the time. Anybody that knows me, you probably thought you said, Tracy thinks she know everything.
What? She said that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, Heath. Okay, Heath. So I will share this with you. Heath has never, ever, ever said to me, you think you know everything. Never. Never, not once. Has he said that to me? The kids have.
That's because they're teenagers and they think they're grown now.
And they say anything they want to say.
What about the adult? The adult child doesn't do that, does she? She may do it on her brother. She may say it to one of her siblings.
No, she usually goes, you right, Mom, you right. That's the way she said it. You right.
But she's getting older, so she knows.
She gets it. She gets it. And it's a flaw of mine. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. We all have flaws, and that is definitely one of mine. I think I know everything.
But you don't take it personally, which goes into number 3.
No, I don't.
You take things personally and make it about you.
So I never do that.
Right.
I grew up with someone that taught me to have very, very, very thick skin. And it's a blessing because it's not about me.
Right.
I don't take anything you say personally.
Yep.
If you've ever texted me anything off color, if you've ever said anything to me about someone else, to someone else, and they told me, if we're in a work situation together and you're gabbing about me to somebody else like my boss, I don't care.
So what you saying?
I don't care what you think about me. I just don't take it personally. And it's not a bad thing when you're in a marriage. Why? Why isn't that a bad thing? Why shouldn't I take what he thinks or says about me personally?
Because it's not about you, it's about the marriage.
Yes. It's about us.
You want to make it about the marriage, about the long-term
every time. Every time.
Don't take it personally.
What's another mistake?
You don't create a safe space for your partner to speak openly and just be.
Yeah, guys. People have a tough time telling you something that you're doing wrong, or something that they feel that you do that makes them feel some kind of way. They have a hard time sharing that with you if you're always going to bring it up in their face.
Right.
If your partner makes a mistake, because we both have, both made mistakes in our relationship, and he was always bringing up my past mistakes, and I was always bringing up his past mistakes, where's that going to get us?
Right.
And so that leaves him in a place of, I can't say anything to you. I can't share anything with you. I can't be myself around you.
Yep.
Because it's not safe. You're going to throw it back in my face later when we get upset with one another. So that's another mistake a lot of couples make. They don't create a safe. He can say anything to me. He can share anything with me. He can talk about other people. He can talk to me about me. He can talk about our kids. He can do anything that lets his emotions flow around me and feel safe.
Right.
Not feel like I'm gonna go back and tell my mama. Ladies.
I'm gonna tell my mom on you.
Or I'm gonna go back and tell my girlfriends what my man said.
Girl, let me tell you what he did.
This is all wrong. And guys, what do guys do?
Man, so.
You can't do it.
Man, my chick be tripping.
Dang, she acting like a today.
It's not a good
Never, ever don't. It's off limits. It's off limits. So that way, when your boys get around your wife, they're looking at her sideways because you've spilled all the beans.
Right. Which dovetails perfectly into number 5, which is you put other people or things ahead of your relationship.
I gotta get that golf game in.
Nope, not happening.
I don't care. I'm going to the hair salon. I know I'm gonna be there 6 hours today, and you just have to stay home with baby by yourself. I need this.
You know, so-and-so told me that we need to do so-and-so, so we need to do that.
These are mistakes. These are big mistakes.
No, this is the primary relationship where we think what needs to happen, when we get our wise counsel, when we go have our private time and talk about these issues, that needs to be the overriding factor.
Well, my mama needs to go to the grocery store today, and we need to go to her church because we haven't been to her church since last month.
Don't do it.
We have to go to her church. I don't care. You leading the choir today. I have to go to her church. No, don't do that. Oh, my sister's baby shower is today. I know your birthday is today, and you as a man don't want to go sit at my sister's baby shower.
Don't do it.
A baby shower, guys. A baby shower.
Number 6. You don't know or fulfill one another's love language.
What's a love language?
Love language, right? So how am I wired? How do I feel and receive love? And do I do it the same way that you do?
No, we're completely different.
There's a difference in how we express love?
You like me to touch you.
I got to have some touching, baby. Touch me.
He needs to do acts of service for me.
Yes. I got to demonstrate. I got to show. I got to get those dishes popping. I gotta wash the clothes. I gotta get the house back.
Put gas in my car.
Have to make sure the gas is on full on F, and we good.
We're excellent.
Tracy's excellent when I do that.
And if you want to know more about the 5 love languages, you can go to our website, heathandtracy.com, and click on our favorites.
Yeah.
You can buy it from Amazon.
Yeah. And that helps out. That helps our channel too.
It helps.
Absolutely. So number 7. You expect your partner to think and act exactly like you. So, baby, are you just like me?
Oh my God.
You know something from chronic loquacious diarrhea or dysentery?
No. I am as direct.
What's wrong with you? I thought you were just like me.
No.
Come on, man.
That Jovi, you should see it. We're so opposite. It is so funny. It's comical to me now. But he can go on, and those of you who know he know this to be true. He can go on and on and on in a conversation, give you the whole story.
Yep.
We have children that are just like him.
I'm gonna give you the story.
He gonna give you the story.
The whole story.
The whole story. You aren't gonna be asking any questions.
You're not finished with the story yet?
No. Me? I'm gonna be like A, B, C, D. That was it.
Done.
So imagine how that translates to a marriage, having a discussion, having a disagreement. He's not going to react like I would react.
Get to the point.
Oh.
Baby, I'm telling the story.
No, can we just get to the point?
I have to tell the story.
You're not like me.
No, I have to tell it like I tell it.
I have to say it out loud sometimes. I forget you're not like me. Say it out loud. Say it out loud or write it down. Say it to your spouse. I'm not like you, baby. Can you wait a minute? One person is always late. One person is always prompt. One person knows and understands finances. One person has no clue.
Everybody's different.
Everyone is different.
Yep. Number 8. You got over number 8.
You've lost polarity.
You lost polarity. You kind of got out of sync.
Yeah, you're not syncing. You're not syncing with one another.
The attraction has fizzled out.
Yeah, and I'm not attracted to you.
I ain't in love with you no more.
No, I'm not attracted to you anymore. So let's slow down. Let's slow down on this.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about being married 27 years, this does happen. And you're out of sync because you're not connecting on a daily basis.
Right.
You're not in tune, one, with yourself. That's the first thing, ladies. You're not in tune with yourself, how you look, how you go to sleep, how you wake up. You have to ask your husband certain questions, or your spouse or your significant other certain questions about the way you look. Are they feeling it? Are they not feeling it? You don't just go to the salon and dye your hair bright red and cut it all off without even consulting him. And I'm not saying you have to have permission.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. It's not about having permission. But, show your loved one a picture of an idea of what you want to change your style to and see the reaction.
Right.
And if you aren't interested in what they feel about the way you look, something's wrong.
You're a little selfish.
You're being very selfish. Something is wrong.
Yeah.
I have seen it firsthand. Yeah. And what the woman usually says to me, I don't care. Really. But you don't care if he walking around with Susie May at the office and liking her hairdo. Right. You gonna care then. So it's like, you can't do that. You have to be in sync with one another. Yeah. I remember when he started growing his beard out. I think he even asked me.
Yeah, I did. I was like, man, I've been thinking about, it's fall, they got the no shave November, we got the holidays, work. I don't think they really got stupid guys walking around with some.
Right.
What do you think?
I was like, I don't care, baby. I like you. Right. I change my hair all the time, or I don't change it. I change my lip color. I don't, whatever it is, I kind of feel him out a little bit and get an idea of what he likes and what he doesn't like before I do it. And it's not saying that I'm getting his permission, but I want my husband to be attracted to me. I want him to look at me and feel something. And when you're not in sync, when you're not communicating, when you're not reaching out to one another, this is a little thing.
Yeah. And plus, that's an equal thing too, right? I think that's something that we'll be talking about more in the future with our podcast and some of the other things. The misconception that I'm in charge.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Right. As opposed to that we are equals.
Yep.
Right. We're equals, but we're on the same mission together.
Yep. And
we want to make sure that both of us are good, and that way we're in sync, we're in tune, and that's going to make everything better.
Yeah. The whole man is, I might get a little controversial here. Man is the head of the household, and he's in charge of everything. All the money got to run through him. What if he is awful with money? You in trouble with your head.
Lots of caveats to make.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. So number 10. You want to talk about number 10, baby?
We're not at number 10.
Yeah, yes we are. We're on number 10.
No, we're at number 9.
You want number 9?
You are inauthentic or lose respect for one another. Okay, so this one. Okay.
Breathe.
The inauthenticity in a marriage will lead you to divorce the fastest.
Right.
It will lead you to divorce so quickly.
I don't want that.
How are you doing today, baby? What did you think about my idea around the kids in their summer? Lying.
You gotta talk about it.
He's thinking, you spending too much money. Where do you think you can get that money from? I don't have time to run them back and forth to these splits. Who's gonna do it? You gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. Right. Said none of that. Right. Said none of that. Said fine, baby, and kept it moving and continues to live in misery. Right. The inauthenticity of his response or her response will kill your marriage. Right. You don't have to get in an argument about it. You don't have to have a huge, knock down, drag out fight. Right. It's a disagreement.
Yep.
it's a disagreement. And I think a lot of people do that for fear of disagreement, because they go back to number 2, they don't feel they have a safe place. They don't feel they are in a safe place to say what they really, really feel. So watch your responses and your authenticity. Heath and I talk about this a lot when we first started dating. The thing that attracted us to one another so much was the fact that we were so authentic with one another.
Right.
It was very easy, and it diminishes the drama. A lot of people hide their feelings about situations or responses to their spouse because they don't want any drama.
Right. But we were completely being ourselves, being very authentic, and it was more of, hey, you get me, you like me, that's great, because I'm digging you and I like you.
Yeah.
And that was where the authenticity was coming.
So what is an example that you can think of as far as a man being inauthentic?
I think that when guys are doing things that they have a sense that is not really jiving with their woman, and
about their sex life, let's say.
Sex life.
The way their wife looks, if she's gained a lot of weight, and he's like, I'm trying to figure this out, but I'm not sure how I would say this to her.
Right.
Or I don't want her to think I don't love her anymore, but dang, baby, you might need to put that fried chicken down.
And it also could be things that he's thinking about in his personal behavior. It's like, hey, baby, you good with me going to the strip club with the boys? And if your response is, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And
then she goes and picks up the phone, calls her sister, and says, that will kill your marriage.
Right.
You don't have to get into an argument with him, but I would eat into what you need to go there for.
Right.
I don't understand.
Oh, they got great steaks over there.
Okay, so does Ruth Chris. And the girls had their clothes on.
Oh, it's common now. Little people go to get business done.
What kind of business?
So in your heart of hearts, in your mind, you understand intuitively what needs to happen and what you need to be doing and how you need to be approaching that. But you're not paying attention. You're not being authentic with the conversation.
Yeah, and I need to put another asterisk next to this, because I think a lot of people that aren't married yet, they do this.
Right.
They do this thinking, I need to get to the wedding. I need to get to the ring. So let me clamp down until I get there, and then I'll bring it up. Mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in Idaho. I want to live in California, but I'm going to wait. You can't do it. It will kill your marriage so fast.
Yep.
So fast.
Let's go to number 10, baby.
You overvalue certainty
and
fail to embrace change.
Because the most constant thing in life is
change.
You got to deal with it. You got to be ready for it. You have to have an open mind to it. You have to understand whatever it is that you're doing in life. You are in it together with your main primary relationship, and life is going to throw you curveballs. You're going to have things happen that are going to come out of the blue, and at the end of the day, you have to be prepared for it. You have to know that's coming.
I'm laughing because the one that comes to mind for me is when Heath and I were first married. I would quit a job in a heartbeat. I was that chick.
Yes.
It was like, I don't like the way they treat me. I quit.
And I get a witness.
And I would come home.
Hey, baby, what's going on with the gig?
Oh, I quit.
Okay, but you just got that one last week.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
But that's what it is, right? And so you have to understand, you can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. You have to go through those things, push through those things, right? You counsel your woman. You do the best you can. Just like we were talking about a couple numbers ago, right? He's like, baby, that's probably not the best way to handle things. Yeah. But you can't beat her up and beat her up mentally and call her out a name and tell her she's sorry and that's not going to help anything.
That's just one example.
Right,
Another thing is if your spouse gets sick, it's not something that you expect.
Right.
It's not something that when you say in sickness and health and all that stuff but you're really not thinking when he or she gets sick. And so that's a change. That's a reality that you need to adjust to. You don't need to leave them. You don't need to set them up somewhere in a nurse. You need to figure that out for yourself, and you need to bite down on that bullet and take care of them. Another thing is unexpected children. That happened to us 3 times.
Yeah, we've had some unexpected children.
2 times. It happened to us twice in our marriage.
Yeah.
The uncertainty of, well, let's just be real. If you're having sex, you're going to get pregnant.
That can happen.
Or some people struggle with, they having sex and they can't get pregnant.
Right.
So the point of it is just because you think things are a certain way does not mean that it's going to happen that way.
Yeah.
And in your relationship, you have to be able to adjust and accept that change. And the only way you do that is going back to the other number we talked about. You have to be in sync. You have to be in communication with one another.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, it's a problem. Something is going to be uncertain.
Yeah.
There's so many things we deal with these days.
Right.
We deal with unemployment. We deal with health issues. We deal with mental health issues.
Yep.
We deal with depression, and just I could go on and on of the uncertainty in relationships. And people's looks change. There are people who have had strokes and things like that, and they're fine, and they come out, but they look different. People lose weight because of an illness. People gain weight because of an illness. There is going to be uncertainty, and you have to push through that in your marriage. And the mistake that people make is they go, oh, this isn't what I signed up for. What you mean? You signed up for commitment. That's what you signed up for.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
Rich or poor.
Sickness and health.
Until death. That's what you signed up for.
That's what you signed up for.
So you make it work.
So a lot of these, we talk about them in jest, but for the most part, these are mistakes that people make, and these mistakes lead to divorce court. And divorce court is $34,000 easy. Why you think T.I. and Tiny still together? Don't get it twisted.
We ain't talking about that.
Yeah, I did. I know why. I know why they still together.
We're not talking about anybody today. But seriously, I was married for 22 years. I was married at 22 years old when I met you, baby. We got married. I was 22. Thought I knew what I was doing. Yeah. Right? I was like, I found the one who is absolutely that chick, that marriage material. That's what we all looking for, right? We had a phenomenal relationship. Right, but we were young, and so we didn't always fight fair.
No,
we had some frustrations.
How many times did I pack?
Oh my God, we were living with my parents when we first got married, right? Up in the bedroom where I grew up. Man, how sexy is that?
He was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Well, you sipping? You got that stank face and
attitude."
Yes, I do. And it was just mind blowing, right? So. I just wanted. So these were the kind. I was a grown boy. What's my man's name? They use that term.
Grown boy.
Grown boy.
I married. When I married, he was a grown boy.
I was a grown boy. Real talk. And so that was one of the reasons why we created our new book.
Prepare.
Right?
Prepare.
So we named the book Prepare. Right.
Yep.
Marriage is a marathon, not a sprint. Right. And so, if you are going into a marriage, if you're young in your marriage, or maybe you're thinking about marriage, it's just a phenomenal, easy read.
Yeah.
You can find it on our website, heathandtracy.com. So we would love for you to go check that out. And we think we could bring some value to your life.
Don't forget to
stay connected. Stay connected to God. Stay connected to your spouse or your family. Stay connected to your family, and stay connected to your spouse
or your significant other.
We love you guys. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
HeathandTracy.com.
Check us out. God bless.